Hi guys, my name is Andrew Zeleno, I'm professional audio engineer and teacher for really unique mixing course online. About my course I'm gonna tell you in the end of this video. Actually, you can attend one trial class for free to check it out. It's one of the most game-changing course out there. Actually, I was busy, I didn't upload videos recently exactly because I had overcrowded course, 45 students. Actually, on the left side of the screen you can see reviews of my students. You can make a pause and you can read what people think about the course. You can find out nuances of the course exactly from comments of real students from this text. Today we're gonna talk about guitars. Each guitar is unique. You know, most people in reviews kind of negotiating models, features, but the problem is each guitar, if it's even the same model, can have totally different tone, can have totally different vibe and playability. So today I'm gonna show you around 10 guitars with explanation, and you will probably gonna absorb some interesting ideas about different guitars. I'm gonna speak mostly, I'm not gonna play guitars today, so sorry for that if you expected some playing. But anyway, I have something more important to say than just showing off my guitar skills, and I don't have any, so this is Gibson SG 2016 standard, and I consider this guitar as the best guitar I ever played. This guitar is unique for me just for a couple of reasons. First of all, it has amazing sustain. You know, so even when you play acoustically, they never fading out in terms of volume. So it's amazing. It's really straightforward and really focused sounding guitar, acoustically and electrically. This guitar is pretty unusual comparing to some current SG models because it has rounded neck. Actually, I feel it's pretty comfortable and it has medium frets, which is super comfortable to play for me. It doesn't have flabbiness. Always when you go to the store, some guitars of the same model of the same year can be just totally different sounding. And it's not only just because of strings, sometimes just the whole system works better. You know, I use Wizard Modern Classic amplifier with a boost, and sometimes it can be like too much low end from this amplifier, even if I turn bass almost all the way down, around like 2. Anyway, a lot of guitars give me this flabbiness. So this guitar is amazing in terms of tightness. It has this kind of a bitey upper mid-range, which gives you like really nice focused tone, and you know, it cuts through pretty any type of distortion, cuts through the mix, and it's always on the front end, always really kind of powerful tone. Let's listen to it. I wrote quickly one riff and I recorded it here. I use Suhr Load Box and I just use Ownhammer IR. So I have just filter from console 1 controller from Softube, it's SSL, 18 decibels per octave. I specifically made drums a bit quieter just to give you a bit more kind of details on the guitar. Drums with no processing, you can be curious how it sounds with no processing. I mean, no details, no kind of cutting through aspect of sound of these drums. This is soloed drums. You know, really kind of muddy, really muffled sounding. So I made them brighter, punchier, so they sound like this. It's just quick mix just to help to understand what guitars do. This guitar in my case the most versatile because neck pickup is really amazing for solos. It sounds really good and smooth and tight and kind of clean, no flabbiness, so sounds really nice. Bridge doesn't sound good in clean, it sounds pretty muffled. Nowadays I pretty don't consider humbuckers for clean sound. Of course, if you play something like that, it sounds pretty good on humbuckers. But for me, I really like single coils pickups for the clean, just for one particular reason. If you want to play at least strumming like you play on acoustic guitar, single coils can do it much better. Actually, you can manage to make fat, warm sounding humbuckers to still sound really good, like strumming sparkle clean. I use Rosen Digital IR for this purpose. I'm gonna show you a song which I wrote in my native language. It's a pretty funny song. It's called Give Me a Burger. I'm gonna put translation on the left side of the screen. Actually, it's a bridge pickup 498T, and I use a plugin to get a clean tone.
Дай мне бургер, дай мне бургер и дай картошку фри. Последний раз, хоть я борюсь. Дай мне бургер и дай картошку фри. Последний раз,
So as you understand, this is a song about how you fight with fast food. Okay, let's continue. This is the second guitar. It's a SG Special 2017. This guitar I consider like a bad guitar. Positive things about this guitar, it doesn't have lacquer. So it's really nice to touch, it's really nice feeling. I wrote a couple of great songs on this guitar. The problem with this guitar is this guitar kind of stops playing really quickly. So you strum a chord and suddenly it makes like you know, something like that, so it suddenly kind of dies really fast on some chords. I tried also to change a pickup. Over here right now I have pretty hot Seymour Duncan Custom. It still sounds awful even when I tune it. On the tuner I see some notes just really shaking. Other guitars from this video don't do it. Chords don't sound straightforward, they don't sound really focused, sometimes it sounds a bit like out of tune. Actually this pickup is really not good for my amplifier because it has too much bottom end. Seymour Duncan Custom actually has a lot of bottom end, so it's more like farty sounding lows. So now I'm gonna play this SG Special 2017 versus my SG 2016, which is my favorite guitar. So first of all, my favorite guitar. So it sounds like you know, like boo, so it has like too much flabbiness in low frequencies, plus chords actually don't sound really straightforward. So if I had this guitar, I would return it to the store. I hope you don't listen to this comparison on cell phones, because cell phone totally doesn't show you any flabbiness, any muffled kind of muddy low mid frequencies. Gibson Les Paul 1957 Refin limited edition custom shop guitar. They pretend it's like 1957 reissue, so it's like refinished guitar. Looks like 1958. It's like not matched top on this guitar. So this guitar I consider like questionable guitar. It's really expensive one. It's not so comfortable to play due to really low frets. This guitar has Burstbucker 2 and Burstbucker 1, 2010. Some magical bullshit was going on with this guitar in electronics. I spent like a couple of years until I really managed to make this guitar sound good. Seems like some problems with grounding, artifact in the sound happening all the time. Maybe some ground loops, who knows, I really don't know. Actually, I heard many times of some guitars with this sort of a problem. A solution for this type of guitars, you get rid of the whole electronics, you just make one bridge pickup, volume knob, nothing else. That's it. When I finally did it, I even got rid of a wire which goes from the toggle switch to electronics, so it's nothing in this guitar but bridge, volume, out. That's it. And finally, it sounds strong, straightforward, chords sound like from the beginning to the end with good sustain, no problem. Before it was some crazy kind of broken tone. For me, mostly this guitar play a role of like mid-gain guitar. What I like about this guitar is smoothness. It sounds so smooth, it sounds relatively silky on the top end, it sounds a bit flabby, a bit muddy, but it sounds really smooth on the upper mid-range. What I don't like about software, most of all, this kind of artificial brittle top end, like pixelized kind of tone. I specifically made this track for my one of previous videos, kind of funny song, it's like promotion for my course, I say basically. Send me an email to mix like Chris Lord LG, check one trial class for free, all this stuff. So Gibson Les Paul Reissue guitar was recorded with a plugin, and this plugin sounds pretty brittle and kind of a bit harsh, it doesn't have enough density. But with this guitar it sounds more or less cool, check it out.
To learn from and Rosen, no, life is short, so don't hesitate to make just like Chris Lord LG, check the trial class and email. To learn from and Rosen, no, life is short, so don't hesitate to make just like Chris Lord LG, check the trial class and email.
Right? Now it's the same Gibson Les Paul Reissue, but sounds a bit like more overdriven, check it out. It sounds pretty cool in terms of how it gets this delay with feedback. right? So it's pretty good guitar, but questionable. This is PRS CE24. It's like the cheapest guitar in the core range of PRS. It has bolt-on neck over here. It doesn't have lacquer and it doesn't have maple cap. It's just mahogany body. It has really comfortable neck, all the stuff, everything known with PRS, good quality, but actually those Gibsons made not worse, to be totally honest. So this guitar really surprised me, and I consider it is a good guitar, but anyway it surprised me because it had pretty muffled bridge pickup. So I personally kind of didn't find this guitar useful for myself on distorted tones. Surprisingly for me, this guitar is a like clean guitar. It has beat some Stratocasters in terms of how it sounded on clean. This pickup just makes everything like a bit muffled if it's a full humbucker. But if you split coils, it has really nice coil split. Volume a bit like around 9 to make it a bit less sharp. On most guitars, if you strumming, you know, you play like simple chords like on acoustic guitars, it usually sounds weird. Acoustic guitar always beats electric guitar in this aspect. I always try to find electric guitar which sounds really good on clean in terms of just typical strumming. So this one really works for me, so check it out. So it's really simple chords. All other humbuckers guitars in this video, not even close to this one. Not too sharp, not too muddy, not too thin, not too fat, right? So pretty balanced, sparkly, but not sharp and pretty pleasant sounding tone. Actually, it's a clean sound also goes from Marshall Plexi kind of normal channel, which is the first channel of Wizard Modern Classic, $4,500 American amplifier. In spite of the fact that PRS didn't work for me on distorted tones, it's still really good guitar because it has unique, outstanding clean tone. This one, it's a Gibson Les Paul Jr. From 2004, and it's a custom shop. It's not usual. It's coincidence when everything just works in this guitar, and this guitar has just enormous sustain. Among all guitars I show today, this one has the longest sustain ever. It never stops. It has really strong and really kind of even tone. Chords never fall apart. It sounds like really straightforward, prolonged. You know, high frequencies in long, sustainy chords usually start to disappear, but this one keeps high frequencies till the end of sustain. So it's amazing. I just changed the bridge to have some intonation problems fixed. It has P90 pickup. Actually, I'm not a big fan of P90s. This guitar also has enormous fat neck. You would never seen probably necks of this kind. It's a baseball bat basically. So it's the fattest neck you ever seen. You really start to like this neck. This guitar is really amazing. It's a lightweight, it's a bit thinner than Les Paul. It has this kind of round edges, so it's like more comfortable Les Paul than usual Les Paul. Les Paul never was known for like comfortable guitar, right? It's heavy like a brick, but this one is a bit better. So it's super nice, super good guitar. I actually bought this guitar in Ukraine, went really long way from the United States to Ukraine and back to America and Canada, right? So right now I'm in Canada. Only my problem with this guitar, I'm not a big fan of P90s. Seymour Duncan right now making for me 3 different custom shop pickups for this guitar, and we agreed on some reviews, so they even offered me one pickup for free just to hear some opinion from me. I really appreciate that, you know. So basically they give me free pickup just for review. So I appreciate Seymour Duncan. Next guitar on our list, Man Cutlass. I was pretty surprised by this guitar in negative way, to be totally honest. So it's pretty nice guitar actually. It has this kind of small neck. What I experienced when I go to any other guitar after this Man guitar, suddenly it's harder to play because other necks look like bigger. So I kind of didn't want to have this inconvenience, so I didn't like it. Second reason why I didn't like it, I was surprised by not so good production quality, because neck was set a bit like incorrectly. I seen angles, you can see it on the picture. Also when I adjust the truss rod, you know, just a bit, I mean I turned just a quarter, that's it, and suddenly something started to make noise inside of a neck. So when I shake a guitar, it makes like metallic kind of a click noise. Something fell apart. The tone of this guitar also wasn't my cup of tea. It was a bit like dark, but at the same time really kind of sharp. Fender Mexican Strat. I was pretty surprised by this guitar because this one exact one was pretty muffled. It was like muddy. I checked bridge pickup. Of course, it didn't have a tone, so it was like super sharp, super kind of bright. I moved plectrum towards the neck to make the tone a bit smoother and fatter. It helped a bit. To be totally honest, this guitar didn't work for me, so I didn't find any of 4 positions really suitable for me. Les Paul Standard 2016. Actually, I consider this guitar as a positive guitar, potentially positive guitar. Amazing to play, you know, is that Les Paul when everything seems like right. It has sustain, it has brightness, it doesn't sound too flabby, because Les Paul sometimes sound like super fat. No, this guitar sounded like really nice. It had coil tap, solo sounded sharper, cleans sounded sharper. Cannot fix it with the tone and volume. You can fix it a bit, but tone sounds strange, not so open. Start to be smoother, but doesn't sound transparent. This guitar sounded a bit kind of dirty. No matter what you play, all the time some kind of high frequency dirt on the top of everything. I would change the pickup, and that Les Paul was pretty awesome. So to make a proper conclusion, I would say each guitarist felt differently. When I bought my favorite SG, actually in the store, it was pretty huge store, Long and McQuade, so over there I found like many SGs and they all sound different. You really should go to a store, and if some guitar really talks to you, this is your guitar. I kind of pretty don't care what kind of specs guitar has. I more care about if like really everything works in this particular exact guitar. So you go to a store, you grab one and it just doesn't work for you. If you're really tired chasing after somebody's opinion, oh my god, Chris Rodelji, how many milliseconds on your compressor? You know, it's all bullshit. The real way how you learn audio engineering, you really need to understand every little bolt. Stanley Thomas says, I graduated from Berkeley. Berkeley is the best kind of audio engineering university in the world, and he says, I think your course is better. Check it out, actually I offer a free trial class. You can attend the class with current students to see real working process. One of the most unique things about this course is that he checks homeworks with the students. You will find almost no online course that does that in a serious manner. You know, because it's risky, not a lot of people really ready to take this risk when you sit in front of people and you really don't know how to improve music. I open your projects in real time. If I don't improve your mix, you will instantly see it and you would leave this course. So you will see it really works. Saved me years. And this is what a lot of students believe. You will know in 9 months that amount of information and you're gonna have those skills you usually get in 10 years. We went really deep into topics. My mixes improved drastically. Okay, not only what to do, but also exactly how to do and why to do it. Covers every important topic from phase alignment to song arrangement. Opportunity to practice these skills with direct feedback on your results from a highly skilled expert. Your honesty and love for the best sound possible is truly admirable. So Justin from Australia says, I studied during 18 months at SAE college. I haven't really been getting anywhere with my audio quality though. And now when he attends my course, he beginning to hear the subtle nuances. Actually, I teach students to hear. And that's why you will never rely on some plugin. You always will be concentrating on real audio, not on somebody's opinion. Next student, I have previously studied audio engineering at worldwide school that cost over 14,000 and wished I had found Andrew before I spent so much money. Everybody has their own opinion, right? So I just say what people say. Also, the price of the course is reasonable that I had nothing to lose. You know, I really hate all this situation when I need to promote my course. I will need to tell you this is the best course. Do you think I really like it? Of course not. But I have to say it because it's a really nice course, you know. So instead of like listening me telling you all the time like it's great course, I just offer you free trial class. Just come to our course and see how we study. I think your course is the best thing I've come across on the internet. Thanks, awesome teaching. By the way, teaching is also a really important part. I've been doing it for 6 years. You know, it's not like another audio engineer which want to show some techniques. It's really crafted course. One thing when you know how to do something, absolutely other thing when you know how to teach people to do it, you know, so it's a bit different thing. So teaching, in this case, is the same important like skills of a teacher. Okay, next student says, honestly, this course is just great. I don't think there is another like that anywhere else, and I really mean it. Thanks. The most professional course I ever found. it's another student, thanks. This incredibly prepared course saved me maybe another 10 years learning audio. Terence from the USA, after more than 30 years of home music production, finally I see myself soon having truly professional sound. How wonderful. And this guy is not bullshitting. Next student says, the best teacher one can get. Thanks. Ram from India says, Andrew is the best teacher, passionate for teaching and honest with his students, and all the tools you would need to be an audio engineer. So we not just learn general things, we really learn every specific nuance, every specific technique with specific plugins to use. Reviewing both my own work and other students' work is really insightful and beneficial. Absolutely, in your group, you have another, let's say, from 5 to 7 students. Other examples, some mistakes of other students, some different genres. You actually can work on any song in any genre, hip-hop, metal, pop music, whatever, you know. Paying monthly is so good, unlike other courses out there. Other courses don't want this risk when students kind of leave, you know, so that's why they want you to pay in advance. Check my website, there is more information on pricing, schedule. I have a couple of videos on website, how I check homeworks, but still better just to check some free trial class.